Alright guys, we're going to be doing cam bearing installs in this LQ9 today. Just got the cam bearings in. I just went ahead. You're going to want to clean all this out. Make sure everything's nice and clean all the way through. And put a little bit of oil on here, a little bit of oil on the bearing, and then we're going to drive it home. I'll do segments of the video. So yeah, 5 cam bearings, and it's important in what order they go into. So they give you your position. 1 and 5 is the front and rear, 2 and 4 are the 2 insides from front and rear, and then 3 is in the middle. So you want to pay attention to that because you don't want to put the wrong one in the wrong hole. You will mess up the bore and life's going to be bad. So, but you always want to start from the front of the motor, start with the last one, and slowly work your way to the front. All right? As you can see, your cam bearings have 2 holes. They are your oil holes for your oil galley right here. You want to make sure that those holes line up when you put them in. Doesn't matter which one goes where, as long as that hole's lining up. If that hole doesn't line up and you send it, you'll have bad oil pressure and ruin your engine. So just make sure you do it right the first time. This is going to be your cam bearing driver tool, okay? So this is actually an alignment dowel. That's where your cam bearing is going to sit. You're going to put your bearing on the end of that. You're going to feed it through the hole all the way to the end and be able to knock them in with this. And this will go right into the front of there to hold everything to make sure that you're centered so that you're not putting the bearing in crooked. Now I like to use just a little bit of motor oil and just very, very light. You don't want it sopped up with grease or oil or anything like that because it could cause the cam bearing to spin. Just a tiny bit. Just to lubricate it. And I put a little bit of oil on the end of my install kit too, just the gasket and whatnot. And I'll put a tiny, tiny bit right around the ring of the bearing and drive her home. So I just put my end tool with the bearing in the slot, making sure I lined up my oil hole with my oil galley. And now I can take my rod, press it in from the front and drive that in. Now that I got the bearing install kit in, I'll take this, lift it up, and that's your alignment tool. And then you'll just hold it, whack it with a hammer, until your bearing goes all the way in and it sits flush. Now you have successfully installed your 1 cam bearing. Make sure that hole is lined up with the oil galley. As you can see, it goes straight through. Okay, that's what you want. It's going to be a little bit harder to check the other ones. You can gently get in there with the pick, gently, and put in the pick through the hole to make sure that it goes all the way through. Also, if you're looking for an easier way to line up your oil galley hole, you see if you have this tool, line that R up with your hole. Just wanted to show you again, if you're using the Speedway tool for the cam bearings, line your oil hole up with that trademarked R, and you'll know that it's in line with the oil galley, and then go ahead and drive her in. There you have all your cam bearings successfully installed. Okay, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Most important part of all this, make sure you put the bearings in straight and make sure those oil holes line up. If you did that, you're good to go.